Haris Adrian, Armenian press. Question will be in English. So, first of all, congratulations, you already qualified in Euro. And do you have any opponent preference from the group which can come? So,
we have to play the third game in the group stage. So first of all, thank you for congratulations for today. We want to be first in our group stage. That's important because we want to win every game. So if we win every game, we will be first in the group stage. And then we will see. We cannot influence the results in the other group, so we will see what happened there, and then we will see who's our next opponent in the knockout stage. For today, I'm happy with the result, and it was a tough game. So we're qualified, but there's still one game to go in the group stage.
Nagelsmann, the fans already chant Berlin, Berlin, we're going to Berlin. So do you also join the chant, or are you aware of what you've done? Well, no, I don't join the chant. I have to do my job, and we as a team and a group have to do our job. The atmosphere is amazing, just an amazing mood. There was a fan march just passing our hotel. So there were extremely many people that accompany just us going into the bus, and that gives you an amazing feeling. And I think it was very loud in the stadium. And I think in the 30th minute, the fans chanted the national anthem, and I think this was just an emotional moment. I love such situations. So that helps us. And of course, you probably don't believe it, but we have very experienced players, but it does something with the players if you confront them with pictures and videos on a smartphone. We saw videos from fans just celebrating in Hamburg on the streets, and that moves you emotionally. And I said it from the beginning that this is one of our main tasks, to take the people with us, to use the home advantage. Well, fans can dream of everything, but our job is it to keep them dreaming and do our job.
Hello, Julian. Hello. Emma Sanders from BBC Sport. Just wanted to ask about Jamal Musiala. Obviously scored 2 goals in the opening 2 games. Is he a player that you think thrives on having that responsibility? There's a lot of expectation and hope that he can deliver for Germany in this tournament. Thank you.
Yeah, I did it brilliant in both games, I think. Not only the 2 goals. I think every situation in our offensive ball possession is really tough for the opponent to defend. I think it's important for him not to deal with the pressure, just to deal with his capability to solve any offensive one-on-one situations. I had a lot of meetings with Jamal when I was his coach in Bayern Munich, and also now as national coach. He just should play like he's on a small pitch everywhere, anywhere in Germany or in England, doesn't matter, and play some soccer games with his friends, and then he should not think about the pressure, because he's brilliant in just playing soccer, enjoy playing soccer, and he did a brilliant game today as well as the first game against the Scottish team.
Mr. Nagelsmann, congratulations to the win and also entering the knockout phase. Just a question with regards to the captain that had a very good match today. Can you say a few words about Ilkay Gundogan? Yeah, well, he worked amazingly. There was a lot of contact also with us. He tried to steer the match, so he was not stubborn today. So he used some interruptions and tried to double check with me. So he's a quite smart player. So we have to trust him because he has celebrated many, many victories. So he was captain of Man City when they won the championship. So he had a good season when he played in Barcelona, and he also had a good day today. So it was a very difficult thing to receive the ball, basically, that he used and that he shot the goal with, So I have a big trust in him because I know what's within him, what talent he has. We just have to push him, because otherwise he can only push us, right? And he can help us. He did 2 great matches, and I'm sure that this will continue like this. Mr. Nagelsmann here, Nordsee Magazine. So today, in this match, was there at any point a doubt that your team cannot cope with the pressure? Or was that an impression, basically, by using the same lineup, that it felt self-confident? Well, basically, we had to overcome specific situations, but it's just a maturing process. So when I think back to September and October, where we were stable, when we would have played as we played in October today, I think it would not have been the same course of play. Because the level today, you have to be a bit more risky. Well, the Hungarians, they really tried to gamble a bit the last time. And today they were straightforward. And basically, you just have to stand your man. And at the end, all statistics basically were in favor of us. Ball possession, shots, goals. And this is a good indicator for us. Winning statistics. Winning statistics that probably should be with teams that did not win the first match and have to win the second. I think we defended very well today. Hungary is a very uncomfortable opponent, but we stayed very, very stable over the entire season. And if there was one situation where something was not stable, we had Antonio and others that, made it right. So you have to win a match like this, and this is what we did.
Hello,
Mr. Nagelsmann. Hacke Flores, German Wave. So you mentioned it just right now. It was an uncomfortable opponent, just as always, playing Hungary. But what conversation did you have in the halftime? Because I had the impression that the first half, there was a lot of tension. And still in the 30th minute, because you already were in the lead 1-0. So what did you tell them so that there was a bit more calmness coming in? Well, there was not a lot of space, not a room. And what we could see in Portugal, the course of the game was very atypical. So when you have an opponent that defends very, very deep at the box, basically at the beginning of the box, then you can have the opponent run the first 15 minutes. But if you then do not shoot a goal, then it becomes more difficult and difficult. So what we did is we tried to take the risk, play the balls to the lines, but the 3 forwards of Hungary, they were so deep that they could turn right away. So there were long areas, long paths that we had to run and defend because they were so deep. And what we try to evade is to be with all players in the second or in the Hungarian area, in the Hungarian side of the pitch. And there was a situation where Tony and Antonio were at the box, basically just receiving the balls. And you just have to imagine, if you have this 20-meter line and the goal line, and you have 20 players in this area, you have to be calm. You have to play risky, but you also have to stay calm. And I think the second goal was proof of the fact that my team did a good job in doing so.
Only one question, please.
Congratulations for reaching the knockout phase. So today, before the match, there was the song coming, a German song, which says success is not a matter of luck. So is this basically also a matter of will to reach the knockout phase? Do you also feel that the team wants to suffer? Well, to be honest, I've been listening to the song for quite a long time. Well, I can't sign all lyrics of songs. I don't know each line of the song, but I think there lies a lot of truth in the song. Unique successes can be luck, but if you want to repeat it, it's not luck anymore. Well, of course, you need to have a bit of luck. but there's always a lot of work that needs to be done. And it's not always fun. And I think a good situation was when there was this free kick and Emmanuel basically did a good situation. Everyone was hugging him. Another example, there was a 17-meter long pass basically that was interrupted, and Tony pushes his teammate for the situation, which is just, a moment where you have to be on side. So it's not necessary to shoot goals only. No, you need to do other things as well. And the team had an amazing spirit today. Mr. Nagelsmann, you mentioned it already. In the second half, it was a bit of a handball match. So I thought if there was a team just like France with an Mbappé, if he goes to counter-attack, it's quite a risky way of playing, isn't it? What makes you confident that this works for other opponents as well? Well, don't worry, I have the skills to adjust things, to adjust situations and ways of play. So I think I'm quite well in doing so. And I hope that if we play against them again, I hope this do not happen anymore. But of course, you have to adjust your tactics according to your opponent and the team you're playing. And if you have someone that is very strong in counter-attacking, you can adjust things. And we tried several things before. So we tried to simulate the result. So that's the reason why we were prone, and it was easy to have a counter-attack against us. Julian, you said it. You want to be the first of the group. So is that for a specific reason? Does it have to do with other groups and group winners, or with the stadiums? Because you could play in Dortmund except for Berlin. But it's, of course, I also consider different opponents. And if you have things...
finde ich, hat es eine Wirkung nach innen, ob du Erster oder Zweiter wirst. Das heißt nicht, wenn wir Zweiter werden, dass dann alles zusammenbricht, aber generell ist es schon immer schöner, wenn man Erster ist. Und es hat einfach eine Wirkung nach innen, nach außen. Wenn du als Gruppenerster das beendest, könnte es sein, dass der Achtelfinalgegner nicht der Riesenbrocken ist, wissen wir aber nicht genau, weil wir die andere Gruppe nicht beeinflussen. Und,
not influence the other groups, basically, and we can't do anything about them. But if you just see it on paper, well, you can just calculate who our opponent may be. But basically, it's just about the effect you have. So having 3 matches in the group phase, and if you win them, that's good.